Greetings, everybody. This is Kurn's Tower, located in the middle of Kunark. This is the Field of Bone, this is the pit, and on the very end of it, you have Kurn's Tower. Big, big tower. Which, through messing with Levitate, you can get fairly high up on, but not quite on top of. Anyway, if we go inside... Kurn's Tower is an amazing place as a necromancer. First off, everything is undead, so the couple anti-undead spells that you have are going to be really useful. Things like Hungering Earth will let you root rot here at times. It'll help you control your feared pets. Your anti-undead fear tends to be cheaper than the regular fear. It's all around a really good zone to be at if you're a necromancer. Now, this zone probably gets to the point where you want to move on before level 20. I know it's in the 16 to 20 range on the guide, but to be honest, you probably shouldn't be here for that long. This zone isn't that high of a level. I sat here up until about 16, 17. You see here at the entrance, the Dotfather here. He's soloing here at the entrance at level 11. So these things you're not really going to want to be sticking around for. These entrance mobs, see, Zampi is one that I have missed repeatedly. There he is, 15 Necromancer. He's soloing here, getting bones. What I did when I was leveling up is I was in this area. This is my favorite area to go. You can grab mobs from down in those alcoves. You can grab mobs from over there relatively easily and then pull them up into this area. You also have, you know, a big, nice square room with a bridge going through it so you can run things. When you fear kite, things have to run like that, you know, all the way over the place. It's not as easy for them to just cut through and get to a door. Additionally, you can pull the higher level mobs in this zone from up here and bring them down. So you have some undead mobs that will be in this area. Don't know why I'm conning them. Everything's going to be green. You'll have some mobs that guard in this area, like that one. And then you have even another floor with tons of undead. These ones will be much higher level. By the time that you're looking at being level 18 and 19, you're probably going to be killing these, but you need to be careful because, as you can tell, there's a lot of places that have a lot of undead that need to be split or handled individually. You don't want to end up training yourself. I'm trying to avoid aggroing these. Sorry. You want to be able to pull these guys single as best you can. You see some people grouping. You can generally do that a good bit better by pulling things that patrol around in this back area and bringing them down. Additionally, there are mobs that actually patrol around this area, and some of them will come down from the upper floors and travel through here. So you won't find an absence of undead if you're leveling up in this place. I think right now it's because this place is incredibly packed. Like for a low-level zone, 11 players, and the entire upper floor is being unused. Yeah, there's a lot of people here soloing at the moment. Now, if you want to experiment with something else, you want to kill living mobs instead, if you come back down here to the very first floor, you come down here, you're going to run into the Braineye, the mole people, basically, or badger people. I'm not really sure what they are. These guys. They are a good bit higher level. They're also dubious, but they will friendly with each other, and you'll see periodic skeletons. So this is Kurn's Tower. When you're here, be sure you have a backpack ready. There's not too much loot that's really worth being here for, but you get lots and lots of bone chips. When I was leveling up my first Necromancer in Kurn's Tower here, I made so many bone chips. I got about 4 or 5 backpacks full and just stuck them in my bank, and I never had to worry about bone chips until I hit 60. It was fantastic. There's lots of little nooks and crannies, places that have undead, back here. This guy just cleared those ones out. But yeah, for me personally, the area that I recommend is up here. This is overall a really great place, especially if you're able to get a DMF from a higher level necromancer that's in the area, if you should see one, because then, okay, something attacks you here, you root it, you can levitate right over onto this other side. That way, if he breaks, he has to run a much greater distance to get to you. There's plenty of things you can do to use terrain to your advantage when you have levitate, but I know that that's by and large beyond you. Your own capabilities, since you don't have DMF yet. When you're soloing here, I recommend fear kiting primarily. Your fear kiting will be incredibly cheap because the fear spell to fear undead is, well, a cheap spell. It's very cheap, mana-wise. And then when the thing starts running, let's say you started over here, and it starts running over this way, it'll go up here and back here. You might not want it to do that because, there may be other mobs in the area. When that happens, have Hungering Earth ready. That is the anti-undead root spell. That one lasts a good bit of time and has a direct damage component. I highly recommend having Hungry Earth before coming to this zone if you want to be able to use controlled fear kites. And yeah, that's just about it. This is Kurn's Tower. It's a really good place. It's one of my favorite places to level whenever I make a Necromancer. And I would recommend this even at level 12 if you're a new starting out Necromancer. I haven't put a section for it by itself. But yeah, I figure if you're looking for a neat, interesting place to get lots and lots of bone chips, this is a good one to go to. But like I said, you'll probably phase out of this zone at like level 18, 19, because things are going to slow down pretty tremendously. It's going to be pretty hard for you to find dark blues and white con mobs. So yeah, this has been Kurn's Tower.